So I know it's been a little while since I posted a deck guide. However, I'm going to be getting back to that routine starting now. And this is one of the decks that I've been playing on stream over the past week. And that's kind of been something that I've been focusing on. But let's bring it all together for this coming week. So we have Saskia with some dwarves and a bunch of control stuff, movement package. It all feels pretty good. And this deck plays well just about into every matchup. It's got the engines to help keep up with a lot of the Renfri tempo. It's got a lot of control to deal with a lot of the engine matchups. It plays into Kelly perfectly just because the nature of the leader ability, and I'm super pleased with it. So far we've taken it to 2450 something, and I believe that this deck could get you to 2500 if played correctly and if played, enough times. So we'll go through the list a little bit and the overall strategy. We need Oneiromancy because we need to get out Saskia early to help thin our deck out. So we're going to be going for Saskia here. Now this card here, if we have at least 10 different primary categories in our starting deck, summon a random bronze Scoia'tael unit with a primary category that is not on our side of the battlefield from our deck to the row with a timer of 3, and it's going to repeat its ability throughout the round. So what we'll do is we'll hold maybe one copy of each of the bronzes in our hand that we're looking to pull. It only pulls Scoia'tael cards, so it's not going to be pulling Peller, it's not going to be pulling Squirrel. So we know exactly what we're going to be getting based on these 5, right? If I can control it, I'll try to find Dwarven Chariots as well. But if Saskia ends up pulling 1, it's not really a big deal because we still have enough of the Rowdy Dwarves for the other strategy that we'll talk about with the Zoltan's Company. But again, one of each of these engines in hand, and then having Saskia pull the other one is quite efficient. If you're wondering how to play around Saskia, basically what you want to do is just wait. Let's see if Saskia pulls out the Doblathana Sentry first turn, and you have another one in hand, just play it. And then if she pulls out Catwitcher later, just play it, because we want to get as many pulls throughout the round as we can. And, if we can avoid playing certain cards that will double up on tags and prevent Saskia pulls, then that's definitely what we want to do, right? I have that play, which should very well guarantee a round. The tricky part is knowing when to pass. If we go first, we want to establish a bit of a lead early and try to put the opponent in a position where if we pass, they still have to play in and they might not be able to catch up. So then they find themselves losing on even, with the same amount of cards in hand as we have, or losing with even cards down. So again, it's one of those things. It's got to be timed perfectly. You have to think about how much points the Doblathana Sentry is going to make with the Catwitchers and make with the Matrons for the next turn or two, and factor it in that way. All in the meanwhile, we have to look at playing our Erendite for as much points as possible. This deck doesn't run Heatwave. I want to make sure I get Saskia, which made me think about Lady of the Lake. Play an Echo card from deck to tutor out the Oneiromancy, and then if we looked at other Echo cards, we have the Erendite. I think Erendite plays for quite a bit here because I'm just going to show you the other echoes we'd have choices of. Hengate Sword was a consideration, but it just wasn't it. I don't want to go super tall because a lot of people are running Ignis and Yurdens and types of stuff like that. It just doesn't really help us here. So anyways, we want to get the best Erendite possible by staying ahead, by having the Temple from Saskia. These play really well. It's not uncommon to see Erendite accumulate 16 or 17 points worth of damage by the end of the game. So it's one of those things. We play Saskia, if it's blue coin, we try to get out maybe kind of early. If we're on red coin, we play them down all the way. If they want to go down to 0 cards, by all means, we'll do that in round 1 because we're just establishing better carryover with this. And then, by late game, we have that sort of setup. We do have another coin abuse, Erendite abuse type play with Zoltan Chevet. So this makes a lot of sense because Erendite is going to be ticking at the end of the turn if we're up in points. So if I start round 2, even if we're down a card, if we have resilience, then that automatically keeps us up points. So if I decide to pass in round 2, we still get the extra tick off the Erendite. If I decide to play in round 2, it adds a little bit of tempo. Okay, and because we have Zoltan and Zoltan here, and the 2 here, and the other Zoltan, right? We've got the 3 Zoltans plus this. We're going to be getting 5 Rowdy Dwarves. So even if they kill a couple, we have a really good way to start round 2. 5x2 is the 10 plus the 4 is a big swing. As soon as we flip them with Monroe into Berserkers, 3 of them automatically convert to 4. Then we have the Berserkers just hammering out whatever they play first, plus leader charges to remove them if they're engines, and then we just get like really, really good bleed potential and really good Erendite value as we're squeezing it. Because we're filling the entire front row with this play, with the Zoltan, and then with the 5 Dwarves off company, it makes a lot of sense to have Scoundrel here, because this card, we could play this on ranged and boost all 9 cards on melee, given just a 1 boost for each one. So then you can imagine 3 turns into a round 2 bleed, we have that play going on, right? If we do run out of space, we have the Scoia'tael, which is great. It plays well with the whole play with the Dual Within Sentries, but it also can help us set up or to prevent row locks or row bricks, for the next play with the Dwarves by having Stiga there. So really good synergy for that. And then, we don't even have to play something like the Zoltan Warrior right away. We can save this for short round 3, right? Because it just generates so many points. The opponent puts down a couple point slams. We take this. We get our own. All of a sudden, we're ahead. We get the 1 point per turn engine here as well. And then, just really good tempo there, right? Imagine just a short run with one of these and maybe just a one-off Cat Witcher or something like that. And then the final, say, Erendite. It's just a lot of points. Now, a couple little techs in the deck. I put Squirrel in here for the decks that we're running into, whether it be Kelly, whether it be cards that are Echo. Skellige runs Magic Compass, which is quite scary. Other decks that rely on pulling things, we can get rid of the Oniro. There's always these options. Renfri, so we don't have those triple, quadruple Renfri type decks being played against us. We can just get rid of Renfri. If I need to get around Defender, or if I need to purify one of my engines, we have Peller for that. I think that Peller is just really good here. I did put 2 Ales because I value Ales a lot in this, because there are some times where we want to just step back and let Saskia work and tick down so that we can pull more engines out, and we don't have room to play actual units from hand because we don't want to brick Saskia. So again, I take the 2 L's because of that purpose, but also some decks right now are running multiple locks, and sometimes we need to purify a couple times and an offensive purify. So again, this is just there as a point slam to keep things going for us and keep our engines rolling out while factoring in that they have locks. And Vial of Forbidden Knowledge, it's working on one of 2 ways. The, pseudo thin, like if I can get a thin from this, then that's great if the opponent has this card as well. If they don't, then we play this from hand. It plays for a lot of vitality, which is just fine, right? This will help us in the Sahil matchup. It'll help us keep some of our engines alive. It'll help us in vampires. We get rid of some bleeding. We put vitality. There's a lot of different things there. This plays very well into cards that have resilience, because we can boost things like Zoltan, and we can take the resilience vitality. So there's a lot of applications for Vial. It feels like a sweet spot. Considerations for the deck would be Spores, but I find when I'm adding Spores lately, I don't need it. And when I take it out, I do. It's been pretty consistent. I don't think we need it in this deck. But that's pretty much it, guys. If you have any questions, let me know in the comments. I'd be happy to help you out. I hope this explains how the deck works. I have 4 games with live commentary for reference. I had a 5th game against Sahil, but I forgot to unmute myself, and it didn't have any commentary for the game, even though I was speaking the entire game. I put that one in as a bonus as the last game just because I want to show you how to deal with that matchup. That's a really tricky one, and this deck has some of the tools to deal with that one there. So if we stick around to the end of that, that's why that video doesn't have commentary. I'm going to be working on another deck guide right after this one, guys. I'm going to re-record the Northern Realms one that I started and just get you guys all new fresh games for that. And then we're going to be working on some fresh decks for this coming week. So I'm really excited to share this, guys, with you. And if you enjoy the content that you see, don't forget to subscribe to the channel. I will be posting my stream schedule for this week as well in the community tab and on my Discord server by tomorrow. So if you want to catch me live and hang out for a little while, maybe, get the day of work gone a bit faster, then I'd hope to see you then. But for now, let's get into the gameplay. Alright, so first up here we got Blaze of Glory, Skellige. Now, the good part is we should be able to get a decent pass, right? Put that back. We'll put Aeronite back as well. I think this just dies. This is too slow though in round 1. Here, Saskia from hand's perfect. We just hope that we get some good engines here. They could kill that simply. It's a lot of points that left unchecked, you know? But if they kill it, then we get another one. Because we have 2 of these in hand. The objective in this situation is they have slow plays for the first couple turns with this, you know, leader and deck. They might try to switch it up a little bit and not play some of those slower plays up front, but we got to find a way where we can just keep a couple things going. I'm pretty sure I'm supposed to just boost this and let that boost naturally. It does go to 5, but they have to use that and overkill on something like a Gutting Slash. They will, probably. It's not very good because then this moves to the next row, you know what I mean? Three. It could be a dwarf, or if they kill the Witcher, or it could be a chariot. I think it's the best Peller we get. They knew it too. Like, that's kind of the situation where you want to try and look for a pass here. They kind of had a feeling, and it's just like, if we don't play that turn, we don't get the pass. If we do play the turn, well, you know what I mean? Get it, but it's not ideal. And the reason why I say it's not ideal here is because we want to push round 2. You know what I mean? We want to get out some of the stuff that they have. So finding that weird pass for them where they lose on even though we went first is kind of the objective. I think we put this back here. I have a couple turns to think about it. And Aeronite's at 5. I want to keep building this. I think what we're supposed to do, just like let these go. We can do the flip, we could take the Zoltan, and then we can look at reevaluating like what's going on, you know? They've played 0 golds. If I go into round 3, they have full leader, all that, we're in trouble. If we don't set up the carryover with the resilience here, we're in trouble, so it's one of those things. I like that it has a lot of armor too. Either they're looking for something. Oh, they're running discards. It's, there's not really many warriors in this warriors deck. It looks like pirates. I don't even know. It's like definitely some kind of hybrid. Here. Just go for the flip. 4 passive for the next few turns. Wait, not this one. This one doesn't give passive. It's the other one here that gives passive with the barricade. Chances are they have the iced, of course, right, with the Jutta play. So even if it looks like we're up, we're not really that much up, you know? And if they're running Blaze of Glory, they probably have War of Clans too, yeah? Take that, though. Seems like the right thing to do. I think I want to just evaluate. I'm not expecting Igni or anything like that, so we're not playing around it, right? 6s are fine. I don't want our push to slow down too much, but if I let this ping down twice with bleeding, it gets to 1 power, then Erendite makes it huge, which is kind of like a heal for it. That's what I'm thinking about. We have a really good Zoltan play here too now. Decent lock. We're not going to get much of a better one though. 50 points on the board is nuts. I'm trying to go 2 more turns, I think. Fukusha, there we go. We're starting to see it, you see? Okay. Kind of takes away from the whole play that I'm trying to do. 4 turns of rain. A bunch of that. Erendite's at 10. I'd like to get a second one, you know? I think we were trying to put this here. Let's see if we can just boost up Buddy real quick. Okay, we get it. We get to pull it off here. Nice. Lowest one, though, is Zoltan now. So it feels like the Erendite turn. And we don't need to go too tall. I think I'm going to go like... There we go. And then now we can boost up one of these. And get some more of that play going. And we're still sitting on about a 30-point lead. Erendite keeps going. At 12 at this point. If they don't have Squirrel, they're in trouble. And we played around iced fairly well. If I pass here, then that's fine. It's one of those things where we know we're probably not going to get the carryover from Zoltan, but if they have to sink ice for max points, they might even take something else. I would probably still be going over Zoltan, though. But iced, Jutta, Zoltan doesn't put them ahead. Or, yeah. Yeah, you see, they have to sink it for points now. We just pass on that. There it is. They take out the 6, I'm sure, but...
Skellige and Skellige shall stand ever together.
The lakes of overseas plundering in spring.
May Freya choose the victor.
I think that was a great bleed. Erendite worth 13. Deck stand out. We just get Zoltan, Warrior, Stega, short round 3. And then just... yeah. Fukusha and Iced are the big parts, you know? It's starting to look more like a standard list. Everything's like really good except for this.
So be it.
That's not getting in the way of me.
They had the other two earlier, right? Yeah, Mork was doomed, and then they had this one. We get the passive points off this, hands down. Just the 1 point per turn engine's kind of nice. We're not at can be risk. But there's two, huh? The only thing I can think of here is if we do like that. And then we 50-50 it. And I think we should.
I like fighting.
Yeah, we're feeling skilled. There we go. They won't get...
Be amusing.
And if they have compass, they're short, so that's not bad.
You see, you must hold between your teeth like so.
Two...
Women, children, elders.
I actually think that this is the best Erendite we're gonna get. And then we can move. Brand's good. We just look. We just go 1, 2, 3. Just so we get the second hit with this on the back row. You say. So we got hidden cash coming up here next. They could have Saul, which is just like a ton of points in round 1, but we have the movement package and we have access to it, so it's one of those things. They might have poison, so I don't want to go too tall with Vile. I don't think I need Squirrel, but Pellar's intriguing. Wow, we're not getting the best thins, are we? Saskia's gonna pull 1, 2, and 3. I think I'm supposed to still take her. Saskia pulls Chariots, though. It's actually not a good play. Let's take, let's just take, like, these, sort of, this little package, like, with Cow Witchers. Maybe we go in and we take the, location instead or something.
Soon shall transform and receive the gift of life.
Feels like something you want to remove, doesn't it?
Just one more feather and we're done.
It feels really bad. I'm gonna save the second, like the last leader charge for later. It's just, if they put down Candle and boost those up and put something really bad behind it, like I'm thinking Bincy or MK, there it is, yeah.
Easy to forget about the Isles anyway.
2 points per turn, like, come on. Alright.
Feels like a pink fit every passing day.
I know it's expensive, but it's like investing for later. If they somehow get this round on me, it's really bad.
What's that? You found another bone?
You think it's Golden Necker? It could be. Just purify that.
Living souls in your wake should ne'er deign forget your
We'll do like an offensive purify, really.
Oh, that stitching. Zaracanian, is it?
It's worth 4. Okay, I'm gonna take this now.
Are you fucking kidding me? Catnip instead of crowns?
They're just going for it. Okay.
What do you think, dearest? It matches your own.
2 per turn. Just use that because we can. I think we can do just fine without clicking this right now. I don't want to spend Stiga because I want them to sort of think that maybe we should play into this round type situation, you know? Okay.
Humans are buff, beasts below.
It's,
I don't know which is worse.
1, 2, and 3. I lose the 1 on this though. This will go over. It's fine. 7. I can't even play into that. They have to play because they can't gain any more coins past 9, so that's why we take it here. I think we did the best we could though, with Aeronite getting it up to 8, keeping actually both charges of it. I know Syndicate has a hard time fitting cards like Squirrel when you have Fist Tech, Traffickers, and then like a lot of good core bronzes. They have failed experiments, so I'm not expecting it. I think we could Squirrel their boat on a pass. I do think that they'd be in a position where they might want to push. If it is Golden Necker like I'm expecting, then that's a possibility, right? Yeah. Okay, well here. I take that and I break that.
I prefer L. 4, 6 even.
It's at 7 or 8. 8. If they boost it, I'm in trouble. Do a bounty to it. Yeah, I guess we just go and take this right now. Because on a pass, it gets kind of uncomfortable. That's the pass they're looking for, though, right now. Like, not even. Okay. Okay, now we're up. If they pass, we're up. I don't see it. If they have Golden Necker in hand, I'm in trouble. Because Squirrel is so slow. Poison, poison box.
No more hacking measures. Fill 'em full.
It's on adrenaline though, so it just explodes. Transform 1? Probably we do the 1 first because it's cheap. On a pass, I just play Squirrel for something. Okay. It's all in. They remove the 4. They spend all their coins to do it. Wait. Maybe they just picked it because it was the weakest. One, two, three, 4. No, it's the other dwarf. So we do have to play. That's fine. You know, I've got a decent top deck with a 9-point removal. I've got Saskia as well. And we've got that on Adrenaline. I just need Saskia. Come on. Okay. Tough, tough, tough.
Yeah, I work for the Queen. Better than working for humans. You'll need Form Z6 CV1265X for that.
Maybe I should have taken Dite first, but they get to 1 point. Ah, okay. We'll just take it on Vinci. They can't afford Marils. Let's go. Marils is 6. Ah, okay. We're good.
To the gentleman with the forehead tattoo at 500.
So we got Kelly coming up here next, probably, right? Okay. This is not bad. This is pretty good too. Saskia access, we got 1, 2, 3, and 4. It's alternatives. It's a pretty smooth hand. I like the fact that we could play this one down quite a bit. I also like the fact that they do go first. However, if they have Siri access, then it's kind of an issue. At that point, it's like you kind of have to give them a free round, right? Maxi first, okay. Let's just go with it then. It's kind of a slow start for them. They take Pact. I could just take Vial. Just because we don't want to mess up the tags here, right? It takes away from Erendite for 1 turn. They go for the Onira right away. I don't think that's going to be a win condition, but we'll see. 1 more turn left. You know, I'm feeling like everything here we just want to play. I don't want to play the other Chariot if I don't have to. Maybe we just go tall with it here. We get the engine. Nice. Watch them push Kelly down. 6. That's just fine. We play the other one, we stay ahead. They're wasting a lot of their specials, and they're... I think Xavier round 1's kind of tough. Let's forget about the dwarves for a minute. Because I have a lot of dwarves I want to play. I want to take my resilience play. Good. Sort of like keeps us in it here. And then we just get whatever we get. It's a matron, okay.
And we're done.
Damage 3, boost 3. At this point, let's just play these.
We must hold
See if we can keep this one going a little bit. And then we'll play the dwarf, because we're going to get a Cow Witcher. I think we could save Cow Witchers here. They feel pretty decent. 6. It might be a pass. Yeah. Because we're going to pull out a Witcher. We just win the game. Maybe 2 is enough. Maybe 3 is enough, actually. All 3? No! Oh, it is. It is by 1 point. Okay. So 3 leader charges and all that. 2 card advantage. I think we did pretty well here. We get the carryover as well. So we're actually holding that advantage. They have to push in if they... Okay. Erendite's worth a lot. Put Peller back. I think we can do just fine. I don't think they get the double Kelly play. Lady of the Lake. That's kind of a brick. But they don't know that. Because they took away the Oneromancy, right? Great part, too, is if they happen to pull, like, Sabbath... There's a chance they take back Saskia, which could thin another card. So I guess they're thinking all or nothing at this point, right? We need 8. 8 or more points. We should hold that just in case they play Saskia. Guess it's that. If they play Kelly next, then we just deal with it. I think I can afford to play this now.
Beneath the ground rest countless wretches and corpses.
We'll use it. I value the card advantage, like the 2 card advantage, more than just them being able to get a Kelly for a couple turns, because I have a Zoltan's Company. I don't want them to play in more. Okay, there we go. 1 card advantage is it's equally fine. We take Squirrel. Nice. It's like Still very good. Okay, we get Peller or Squirrel. So 50% chance I get what I'm looking for. And I think that this goes. That's fine. They pull out Sabbath here, don't they? It just sucks that Sabbath doesn't pull my... That's fine. We'll just take this now. They get one more turn of a dwarf. We just take it out. It's worth 11. Okay, fine. Here.
Quick! Move those hooves! Or we'll both be ham! Huh?
What do you say we fight on my level, eh? Dance with me death!
I think we're just good now. Now we can get rid of that. Here.
Welcome back, Geralt of Rivia.
There's a heat wave. I'll show them what we have because they did. They played. There we go. We got vampires coming up here next. Okay, I want to have like just one of each, you know? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. See if we can just get a good Saskia round, right? Because then when we pull the pair, we'll play the other half of the pair. That's kind of how I want to do the round. Get as many engines down as we can. They're Renfri. At least we snipe one of those quick. Push that 'cause it's worth a lot if we let it go. Take these two here.
Catnip instead of crowns?
Now Erendite actually clicks. Been seeing a lot of Igni, so I want to play around Igni, make sure we're safe. Let's go wide on that. I think we take a third one now. We'll have them sort of like alternating just so that there's always something to go and so that we don't have a bunch of 4s or whatever on the same line. That's better. We gotta keep these ones up. I gotta put down a sentry soon, if possible. Honestly, it should just be the next play. It's too many points to give up. Like 3 points per turn, we turn into 6 points per turn if we just play. And then the base powers are already staggered, so it helps. Drowner for what now? Ah, yeah. We will take that now.
Melon shake.
It's at 3. None of, it's not enough.
Just one more feather and we're done.
What if I, I want to get some points, get some things healed here. There we go. I don't really want to hit the Drowner as much because it has Thrive. I lose bleeding. Okay. They know. That's just more incentive to play into the round, isn't it? I don't think in this matchup Squirrel does anything for me. So we'll take Squirrel just in case. Like, we'll just cuz. We don't want to... We know the next thing that's going to come out is the Dwarf, right? It's going to be this one. Might as well use this because we can. Now, if we could play to Adrenaline, we've got 2 of these going, and they know that too, which is why they're taking the leader. They're all nervous and stuff like that. Like I said, I've been seeing Igni. The fact that I see the Igni aura here is kind of like one of those things. Good. There we go. I think this is actually a very valuable play in this matchup. That, on the other hand, is not so great. This in hand is okay. Because we take that for that or that. Is there ever... Maybe it's a little slow. Shoot. I gotta stop doing that. Alright. Here. Lady. Nero. And company. I want to flip these as soon as possible and just have them like hammering at the opponent. Because we want to get the most turns possible with Erendite. The only problem is that I know they have Regis, and then short round, that feels really bad. So if I can get like a good enough tempo here. Let's try. I think I'll flip only 2 of them though. We'll do the next one later. I just don't want to over commit on the points.
Dance with my death.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 3. I think we still have to. The row is jammed, but I'm just gonna take Zoltan, I think, here and leave. It's either that or Erendite, but I think it's Zoltan first. Because we want them to play Renfri, And we want them to play Regis in order to get out of this round. By 9. Okay, you know what? I'm not seeing what I want yet. 1, 2. Let's play this here too.
You must hold between your teeth.
They did play Rune Mage, so now I'm expecting them to have a pretty good deal 1 all, deal 2. Unbelievable. After passing boost lowest. They have no business staying ahead with that play at all. It's just too many points.
A pleasure to
Okay. It's first Erendite, so if I trade it for Regis, it's pretty good. If they don't have Regis, I could just win the game. There we go.
Don't make me laugh.
want to know why I got my star?
You see? You must hold between your teeth. That's it.
it for ye!
Hold the line!
Caanmel and shit.
He shall be mine forever.
What is it? Style! That's right. I like fighting with style.
Raid, we fight, we plunder. Full service. Come the horse guns!
Oh, I'm feeling sleepy, grumpy, dopey, and bashful.
you both!